The ANC Youth League President Julius Malema yesterday held a series of media interviews in the wake of a debate over his personal assets. Newspapers reported that he was director of several companies that had won over 100 million rand in government contracts. Julius is here in the studio this morning to talk about this. Julius, good morning to you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us. First, I think you've seen the Sowetan. Sello Moloto says you bully mayors in Limpopo into giving you contracts and the company that you are a shareholder in. Is that how you do business?
No, Sello Moloto is a loser. He's a disgruntled fellow who lost power.
Yeah.
And he thinks I was responsible for that. Of course, I played a leading role removing him from the ANC because he was just a political non-starter who was parachuted into the structures of the ANC. And having convinced the structures of the ANC, I removed him from power with other comrades. The question the journalist should be asking him, if he was bullying mayors and municipal managers, you were the premier, what did you do to deal with Julius Malema? Not only the premier, he was the chairperson of the ANC.
Yeah, but
he could have reined me in or taken action against me.
But is that how you do business? Is that how you get contracts?
I'm not doing any business. I'm doing politics. My business is politics. So I'm not in any way going to bully people to give anybody a tender. We stand opposed to that type of business activity where politicians give directive to bid committees on who should get a tender without even following the procedures of how a tender is awarded.
It would seem from this conversation that people suggest that you are the power broker in Limpopo. You run Limpopo from Joburg or from the ANC Youth League head offices. Is that actually what is happening?
I'm very close to the premier of Limpopo. We've worked together throughout my political life, and he's an elder to me. But we relate in such a way that you can't even notice seniority, because we approach issues in a comrade spirit. I will never run the province under that man. He's a difficult man, but yet very humble. He expresses himself honestly, and the things he doesn't want, he tells you straight. He's not a premier because he's a Julius Malema's friend. He has earned it. He operated with Peter Mokaba. He's one comrade with good credentials, and he has been to prison. Is well qualified to lead that province. So there is no favor the premier is receiving from me, or there is any favor I receive from him. I've been fighting with him on many occasions on how he approaches certain issues in the province, like I do with all premiers and ministers.
But go back a little bit.
And there are people who have wronged the ANC in that province. And he has still found a way of accommodating them. And if I was controlling him, some of these chaps, the way they are so useless, I was not going to tolerate them.
Go back a little bit. You say you removed Sello Moloto.
No, we were in the forefront. I was the provincial secretary of the ANC Youth League.
So the current premier had to get your endorsement?
No, he got the endorsement of the ANC Youth League.
Not Julius's personal
endorsement. By virtue of being a former Youth League. Castle Matali belongs to the Young Lions generation. He operated with Peter Mokaba very closely, and we knew that through Castle Matali, we are reaffirming the Peter Mokaba generation.
Talk about your shareholding in this engineering company. You're an active director there. You may have told your lawyer to have your name removed, but it wasn't removed. You are still an active director there.
No, I've given an instruction in 2008 that I should be removed from all companies as a director. And we got an information that I was activated to be a director of SGL Pty when it was converted from CC to Pty in 2009. And without my consent. I've not signed anything. And even this lawyer is on record. He showed one of the television station that this man has never signed anything. And therefore,
on behalf of this company?
No, for me to accept being director when it was converted into PT1. So we've since instructed him to do some form of investigation with regard to that.
But do you receive dividends from this company?
I've never received any money from any company.
Not even a single cent from this SGL
Nothing.
company?
I remain poor before you here this morning.
You don't receive at all?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I had received, I would say I received through my directorship. There was nothing wrong. I'm entitled to do business. I'm protected by the constitution of this country.
Yeah.
And you, the protectors of the constitution, must protect all of us to continue benefiting from the rights provided to us by the constitution.
Yeah, but you drive an E63. That's what you said.
No, C63.
Yes. But you can't say you are poor if you own a C63.
No, I'm very poor compared to those who owns the means of production.
Yeah.
The economy of this country, the commanding heights of the economy of this country are still in the hands of the white males.
Okay.
So compared to them, I'm nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just a drop in an ocean.
Yeah, but for you, in your personal capacity...
I'm a man who lives through a salary.
Yeah.
Yes, if that makes you rich, then it's something else. It means you're also rich here for you.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about your salary?
No, I can't talk about my salary. I'm going to be fired after this interview.
If you talk about
Matthew
your salary.
Posa has made us sign a contract.
Yeah,
that you don't disclose the amount I pay you.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you is that...
But it said 20,000 in some publications. Was that incorrect?
That is extremely wrong.
Okay.
Compared to what I'm getting.
Okay.
From the provincial secretary of the Youth League.
Yeah.
When I was elected the provincial secretary of the Youth League, I bought a house in Polokwane.
Yeah.
And then when I...
You bought it cash?
No, I got a bond from a leading bank in South Africa. All my houses have got a bond.
Yeah.
And then when I became president with an increased salary, I bought a house again here.
In Saxon World?
In Sandton.
Okay.
So I've been investing my money where it matters most, not in alcohol and ladies, like many other responsible young people do.
You are paying bonds on these properties?
I'm paying bonds. These houses are, they've been financed by banks. I'm paying bonds every month.
Yeah.
I'm taking home nothing because of this investment I've made.
Okay. There's also an assertion that you own a 250,000 rand watch. Is that correct?
I'm not going to. The accessories, I mean, how do you know if that thing was given to me during my birthday?
Yeah.
You see me with a nice watch, which I don't even know the amount myself.
Yeah.
And you conclude that this is a 250,000 watch.
Yeah.
But also, what if that watch is Chinese, Hong Kong, that we bought on the street?
Yeah.
That conclusion is very wrong, without even wanting to verify
but is it not proper to then say, no, this watch is not 250,000?
I'm not going to do that because if I do that, I'm going to subject the African children and youth to serious harassment by youth, I mean by the media.
Okay.
If the media can harass me, what type of a belt are you wearing? Let's see the socks. Let's see the watch. Well, how much is this tie? It means any African diamond which is shiny is going to be called when it passes by. Come here. How much are you worth with your clothes? But it cannot be. That is a harassment at the highest level. And I'm not going to allow the media to do that.
At the level of engagement, because in many instances, you talk on behalf of ordinary people.
Yes.
And the kind of extravagance that now from reports you are being associated with seems to undermine your credibility talking on behalf of ordinary people.
I represent the poor.
Yeah.
And I'm elected by the poor because I come from a poor background.
Okay.
And,
but you've made it good.
And let me tell you, no, my living conditions have changed. From being a poor young man from Zone 1, from a single mother who was a domestic worker, to be where I am.
Yeah.
My conditions have changed. And I'm not ashamed of that.
Okay.
Because it is through these conditions that I will inspire many young people that it is possible under the ANC government for a person to change from a poor family into a better condition. I'm not in a luxurious position. What I have and what has been projected in the media is over-exaggerated.
This is not because of bullying. This is not because of intimidation.
This is through my salary in a dignified way. Let me tell you, I mean, one thing that I learned from the whole exercise of this media report and all that, I saw a tendency which seeked to intimidate the youth from participating in business. And because of this type of exercise I've come to experience, I realized that through me, these people will take many young people out of business. And I've got a responsibility
but
now
you are not in business.
to enter business. I'm going to be entering business now.
You are going into business
now? given these developments, I must lead the youth even in business to show them that there is nothing wrong with the youth participating in business. And because they wanted to ridicule my role in business and wanted to project me as this corrupt person, because a young person cannot be successful without being corrupt. We need to go in there and play an active role to liberate the African youth and inspire it to participate more in business.
Julius, you were talking about this perception, to say that there's a perception that for young people to be successful, they have to be corrupt.
Yes.
Let me ask you this question. Are you corrupt?
I'm not corrupt. Even if I wanted to be, I do not have authority to direct where the tenders should go. I've never been a public servant. I've never been a public representative. I'm not going to be that in the next 15 years. I will remain an ANC activist. But this onslaught was an identification of one of the examples of black shining diamonds which must be attacked to kill the confidence of the youth who are emerging successful. And I will fail them if I'm going to succumb to this commercialized newspaper headlines which are driven by profit if I'm going to retreat. For that, I should take a conscious decision and say, I need to restore the confidence of the youth of South Africa, especially those in business, by entering business and doing business above board and allow smooth processes to unfold.
But you're a power broker.
I'm not a power broker.
No. You're a power broker within the ANC. You're a powerful politician in South Africa. You're a powerful politician in Limpopo. If you go back to what we were saying at the beginning, you were prominent in the removal of the Premier and in the introduction of a new kind of dispensation. So you are a power broker.
It's not me. It's the ANC Youth League. The ANC Youth League is not an individual. We are a collective. And it happened that I lead this collective. The ANC Youth League has played very critical roles in the ANC even before. And if the president of the Youth League is going to be attacked through some unfounded business allegations and we all run away as if it is taboo to do business, then we're creating a problem for the youth which want to enter the business sphere and play an active role in the de-racialization of the economy of South Africa. And we must lead from the front. And we've taken that decision that there's nothing wrong for us to participate in business, and we're going to be doing that from today moving forward.
Zuma list of people who are being targeted, are you on that list?
Yes, we are on that list. There is a report delivered to my office with a white envelope and not brown. And in that report, there is a clear indication of certain people who their lifestyle must be audited, who they must be checked through tax. A specialized team has been established, a budget has been allocated. These people
This is a team in government?
This is a team in government, and in particular in SARS. And these people must continue to search certain individuals: Julius Malema, Tony Engeni, Zweli Mkhize, Zizi Godwa, Fikile Mbalula, the so-called Zuma supporters. And when I was the first victim, I did not get surprised, because I knew that they would want to start with the first line of defense of President Zuma. And ultimately, they are going to the old men. These are the same people who stand in public platforms.
To which old men?
The president. These are the same people who stand in public platforms and say we support Zuma, we support Zuma, whereas they want to bring him down. They are found in the ANC. They are found in the ANC. They are found in President Zuma's cabinet. They are found in the alliance. That document has been processed through security agencies, and its verification will be confirmed. Once that has been confirmed, I will submit that document to the president for the president to see if he wants to act on those bases.
The lifestyle audit, do you see that as a bad thing?
The lifestyle audit has been happening. The Scorpion did that. It is the role of SARS to do that. But once the lifestyle audit is called upon by politicians who want to further their factional ambitions of targeting certain individuals they don't share perspectives with, then that lifestyle audit becomes a problem. Let's leave it to SARS. It's not for us to be saying, SARS, audit this one, SARS, audit that one, because that is equal to political interference with the responsibility of SARS. Let's do the lifestyle audit to every individual in South Africa who can explain his wealth. But it must not be politically driven.
Yeah.
It must be a genuine SARS process which will be above board, which will not be questionable. And SARS, in conducting the lifestyle audit, it must not engage in unethical activities of talking through the media, because it's going to make many people rich. What I discuss with SARS is between me and
the South African Revenue Service. We've run out of time. Where to for you? Clearly, what is coming out?
No, we are going to remain activists of the ANC, Youth League and the ANC. And let's tell you, Vuyo, these headlines matters not to us. What matters is the poor of the poorest. We get our mandate from children of the working class and the farmers and domestic workers, and therefore we can't be intimidated by headlines by commercial newspapers.
Let's leave it at that. Julius Malema is president of the ANC Youth League.